Hey guys, I was kind of debating whether or not to talk about this, but I think it's just time we kind of. I think it's time someone came out and said this, but you know, Alex, Dalyxman, Chase Oliver, OTRS Central, No DQ, Aaron Rift, Jeff Meacham, Kyle Loves Wrestling, Wrestling with Regret. Anybody that covers wrestling as a fan, as someone that takes part in the business in some form or fashion, has ties to the business, or like I said, covers it because they're a fan, if not a lifelong fan, and just wants the best for any wrestling promotion out there. When it comes to WWE, I think it's time we came to realize that even though they say they listen to us, and there are times they do prove us wrong when we say they don't listen, and yet they prove us wrong by showing that they do. Even though some would say we have to force their hands, I think it's time we came to a realization that we could scream, yell, and do all we want, criticize, rant, whatever, in front of a camera like this, behind our keyboards of our laptops, like what I'm clicking on right here to kind of turn the screen back on. We could do all that, all we want, but the truth is, our voices are just a small minority in the eyes of WWE. Let me put it this way, Dalyxman, Alex. You could create all the mashup entrance videos and all that theme songs you want, and WWE could show the gratitude by displaying them on the YouTube page. But just because they might appreciate that coming from you, in reality, Alex, your voice doesn't really matter to them. You could put the hashtag Fire Road Dog. You can start that, or you can support it. You can do the hashtag Kofi for WWE Champion, hashtag this, hashtag that, and there is a slight chance that it will catch on, and it will catch fire, and it will get WWE's attention, even if it takes multimedia outlets to get WWE's attention towards that hashtag. But the truth is, you could say all this and that all you want. You could say, like in your review tonight on SmackDown, you want Kofi and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, even though you're getting it at Fastlane. And even though that is the logical choice, and OTRS Central, Jeff, Shag Daddy, same thing you're saying in your video, that's the right choice for them to go, that's the most logical choice. It's not what WWE will do. Now, whether or not you believe reports or you don't, one thing we do have to ultimately and sometimes regrettably admit is that sometimes these sources that do come out have legit ties. There have been reports and rumors that have been plaguing the wrestling business on social media and on the internet about what's going on behind the scenes, who's leaving, who's coming in, and stuff like that. And sometimes sometimes as fans, we don't want to believe it until we see it ourselves, or until we get it from the source itself. And in the end, what we hear as rumors or reports, and which we don't want to believe, turns out to be true. The point I'm getting at is, as much as it would make sense, logical sense, for hashtag Kofi WWE Champion and hashtag Kofi Mania, Kofi Daniel Bryan WrestleMania match to take place, according to reports, that's not what WWE plans to do. No. WWE does not plan to do that. WWE, according to a report, is planning to bring someone to face Bryan that's not active. They're planning to bring someone in that's not currently active on the roster. Now, some of the names are very logical, if not acceptable choices. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, among others. Undertaker, which would be a surprise. But there is one name that stuck out to me, and I believe, Alex, you were looking at the comments in the chat, in the live chat, right at the end of your stream where it ended, right as it was ending, and I had just typed up my final live chat to you for the night, telling you about the reports that WWE is looking to have someone from the outside, not active, come in and fight Daniel Bryan at Mania. And one of the names I brought up and I showed to you that's being considered is John Cena. Yeah, think about that. John Cena is one of the names being considered to be brought in to face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Now, hopefully, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, please, dear God, don't let that happen. Hopefully, you're probably thinking maybe they'll put John into a 6-man matchup at WrestleMania against the team where he teams up with Angle and Strowman against McIntyre, Lashley, and McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin. You're hopeful for something like that, and logically that would make sense. It protects Cena because he also has a movie career outside of the company. It protects him, and it doesn't basically force WWE to put him on the road when he doesn't need to be, or when he shouldn't be if he's got a movie career that he also has to look out for. But with that said, John Cena's name is one of the names considered. And if reports are that Kingston is only in the plans for Fastlane but not in the plans for WrestleMania to face Daniel Bryan, then pretty much, like I said, your guys' voice is just a small minority. It's a small minority. That's all it is. I mean, you think Vince McMahon and Triple H spend the day watching a YouTube video rant by the Schleg Daddy on Jeff Jarrett entering the Royal Rumble at number 2 and being mad about it, and him saying, oh, you want to make my life miserable, you want a war, I'll give you a war. You think they spend the time doing that? No. Do you think anybody that reports to them what they've heard from fans' reactions, do you think they spend time listening to what you have to say? Less than 10% of those people that have to report to Vince, Stephanie, and Triple H and Shane about the fans' reactions, less than 10% of them probably pay attention to what Dalyxman or Jeff Siegel or Chase Oliver has to say. The truth is, even though they should listen to what guys like you have to say, because guys like you have a mind for the business, they don't listen, and they won't listen. Remember what Vince McMahon said in character and sometimes out of character. He has come out on camera, off camera, and has said he knows what the fans want better than they do. He has said that for years, for almost 2 decades. And unfortunately, that's a bit of reality. That's a reality that we have to accept. Which is why, instead of logically getting Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey one-on-one at Mania and main eventing and closing out the show with that matchup, we're going to be getting a triple threat, because in Vince McMahon's eyes, this is what the fans really want, despite what we tell them. Despite the fact fans say, give us Becky Ronda, and in turn give us Charlotte Asuka too. It's what in his mind, it's what he believes it's what you want, not what you say you want. So, in a way, Alex, Chase, Jeff Meacham, Aaron Rift, we could come on here and complain about the cruiserweights not getting respect. I mean, the last time they were on the main show, and I want to correct somebody on this, and I think it's you, Solomonster. I don't want to forget you about this, because I know you now have some ties in the business too, or have experience in the business as a commentator. But I don't want to leave you out of this. You said the last time the Cruiserweights were on the main pay-per-view was 2017. Wrong. It was Survivor Series of last year. That was the last time Buddy Murphy defended his championship on the main card. Now, despite the fact that we can come out and say they shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be putting them in the kickoff pre-show slot. Remember, Vince McMahon has the final say. And if he believes this, and in his mind, this is where we want them, despite us saying put them as the opening match or put them in the middle of the show to really get people excited or keep the excitement going, in his mind he doesn't see that, he doesn't hear that. In his mind, what he sees and hears is, oh, fans say they want that, but in reality what they're saying is they want this. To him, we're hiding what we really want. We're not revealing what we really want, in his opinion. That is why, despite the fact that we could come out here, rant and complain, put hashtags of hashtag Raw Cleanse, hashtag SD Live Cleanse, whatever. To him, it doesn't matter. Because to him and those around him, it's just us hiding what we really want or how we really feel. You know what it's going to really take, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to take a massive amount of hardcore fans that are so fed up with the WWE that they boycott a freaking Monday Night Raw. Yeah. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if someday that happens. Where basically fans line up outside the Raw or the arena where Raw is going to be. It gets a lot of news media coverage. Basically not allowing any of the superstars, not even the McMahons or Triple H, into the building until we get what we really want. And honestly, until Vince McMahon hands the keys over to Triple H, Shane, and Stephanie, that's not going to really happen. Because, again, honestly, in Vince McMahon's mindset, he knows what we really want despite what we say. So we can come on here, like I said, and rant and complain and say all this and basically tell him legitimately right to his face, even though we're not face to face with him, but we can legitimately tell him face to face, get up close to the camera like this, and say how we really feel and what really needs to be done, what matches really make more logical sense to happen from a storyline perspective and all that. In Vince McMahon's mind, he's like, yeah, that so-called Dalyxman, he may say he wants Kofi and Daniel, but in reality what he wants is Cena and Daniel. Yeah, that's what he really wants. He knows that's the real match he wants. And he can look at someone like, let's say, Jeff, and go like, yeah, that Schleg Daddy guy, he may say he wants Ronda and Charlotte at WrestleMania. Or Ronda and Becky at WrestleMania, but in reality, he really wants Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte because he knows that makes money. That's the matchmaker. That's the moneymaker. In his opinion, that's what we want, despite what we say. Heck, people are complaining on here now of Asuka having to go in the ring and face the likes of Mandy Rose at Fastlane and rumored opponent at WrestleMania, Lacey Evans. Instead of going Charlotte Asuka 2 or Charlotte maybe Open Challenge and out comes Kairi Sane. Or Open Challenge, out comes Ember Moon. You know, instead of giving us a match like that, in his mind it's like, yeah, you know, they could say they want Asuka against Io Shirai and or Kairi Sane or Ember Moon. Yeah, they could say that. But in reality, this is what they really want. They want Lacey Evans at WrestleMania against Asuka. They want Mandy Rose against Asuka at Fastlane. Yeah, that's what they really want. That's what they're really saying. Ugh. You see what I'm getting at, guys? It doesn't matter how much we come out here and complain. We can complain until we're blue in the face. And yes, I'm not going to sit here and deny that us ranting, complaining, hashtagging, hijacking and all that, anything WWE related, to get what we want or what we feel WWE should be giving us, doesn't work. 2014 is a good example of that. We basically told WWE as a fan base, you put Daniel Bryan in the freaking main event, You make him the WWE champion because he's your hottest thing going today, and that's it. You want us to stop hijacking your shows, hijacking other sporting events. You put the belt on Daniel Bryan, let him leave WrestleMania with the championship, and we'll stop doing that. And you know what Vince McMahon or Triple H, well, more so Vince McMahon, sees when we give him that kind of an ultimatum? This is what he sees. Oh, you're just a bunch of crybabies. Can't grow up and accept what... You can't accept what we're going to give you. You're not grown up enough. That's what it is to him. We're a bunch of crybabies. Dalyxman is a crybaby. Jeff Siegel is a crybaby. Chase Oliver, Jeff Meacham, Aaron Rift, Kyle Loves Wrestling, Brian Zane. All of us are crybabies because we can't accept what they give us. We can't accept that, okay, Vince says he knows what we want. Let's see what he gives us and maybe we'll give it a chance. And I think that's why a lot of people look at Vince as being out of touch, because he doesn't realize nowadays your product, your success of your product relies on the happiness of those that support it. But right now, as far as what's going on with WrestleMania and its future and the rumored matches and things that could happen, you know, I think we need a louder voice. I think we need to make a bigger, more impactful statement towards WWE about listening to the fans. I mean, obviously Triple H is listening, because even though it may not make sense, at least he gave for 1 week these NXT talents a shot at showing the world what they're made of. And obviously showing us that the best place for them right now, for some of them, like a Ricochet and an Aleister Black and a Tommaso Ciampa and a Johnny Gargano, is SmackDown. And you would think with the possible, with not the possible, but with the inevitable debut and arrival of All Elite Wrestling, possible competition for Vince in the future, you think he would take that seriously. You think he would look at the fact that Ty Dillinger was asked for his release and was or was he not granted it. We don't know yet. Sounds like it was, but we don't know. Hideo Itami, aka Kenta, wanted his release and was granted it, or was he? We don't know. And then you take a look at the current tag team champions on both brands. They seemingly want out, according to reports, because they're not happy, because obviously they know Vince McMahon's not listening. Because here's what's the crazy part about this, okay? Here's what the crazy part is. You think Vince doesn't listen to us? He thinks he knows what's best for us instead of us telling him what's best? The same goes for his superstars. He thinks he knows what's best for them, then they know what's best. And that's the downfall about it. And that's why some of these stars want out. Or rumored to want out. But anyway, I just thought I'd get that off my chest, guys. Because honestly, we got to realize that that's the real reason why Vince isn't listening to us. Because he still believes he knows what we want better than we do. Despite us hashtagging and ranting and all that all over. So, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your responses on it. And I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care. I'm out.